Just putting it down first and then I will handle the volume. It's way too loud now, of course. Okay, let's loop this part. Of course, group them. Groups. It's about okay. Alright, some EQ over here. This is the stereo one. Nice and fresh. And also a little reverb. Let's do the Valhalla again because it's so nice and easy to use. Just slightly, you know. Give it a little bit more room, a little bit more space. And you know, while we're at it, let's add a crash. And now it does work. So let's pick 3 and this one is nice. So there we go. Okay, let's put them in there. Different tracks. Alright, let's get the snare going from this point on. Alright, let's get this snare going here. Clap goes there as well. Oh. Oh, this is where we are. And yeah, this will be more like a build-up spot over here. I'm going to add risers and stuff like that as well. That will be cool. But first, of course, we need to build and think of a melody for this. Alright, let's add a little Valhalla again. Oh. So I opened up the decay, the pre-delay, I'm sorry. The decay is pretty okay like this. And the pre-delay, I turn it up so that you have like more groove going on in the reverb. That's nice, actually, I think. So they are balanced out pretty okay right now. Let me put them together. What I want to do now is just get a little bit more space over here by, you know, panning them slightly from apart from each other, like 11 or something. So you have more stereo image over here. Crash, I always love to add also a little bit reverb to the crash. Crash can be nice and sparkly in the top end, especially if you're going to work with leads and everything. Then you know you really want that one to still pop out a little bit because it's like giving a lot of you know. A crash is really important to to let you know where you are at in the track, you know, like a starting point or like right before something will happen. That's like more what I use a crash for. So that's maybe a cool given to know how to use that, you know. It's more like, yeah, to say, hey, this is where it starts, and kind of. But of course you can use it any way you want. So let me just rename them over here. Crash, snare, clap. Few basics. I have a few left, so maybe I can add a ride and stuff like that. But I think it's really time now to open up my Spire over here and create a melody. And this one goes through lead 1. And this will be interesting because I'm going to show you guys, you know, how I handle my leads, how I layer them, first of all. And also, what I also like to do is get the most out of one synthesizer, because if you layer too much, you can make a lead with like 10 layers. But then you have to control all those layers as well, which can be like complicated. So I like to keep things really simple. Although it doesn't look simple, but this work, how I work this way is actually giving me, you know, a nice overview, and also makes it less complicated for me. So I hope you guys agree with that. And let's see what I have. Just going to open a few. I do that though. Yeah. This one is actually pretty cool. It's more like a squarey lead with a lot of distortion. It goes through lead 1. Let me first explain this this lead a little bit. It's mostly the most important sound of it is like that squarey kind of sound, which I made with, of course, this first one, the square, but also the distortion helps a lot creating that squarey kind of sound. And the FM over here is actually like a low frequency addition. Well, not a low. I'm sorry, not a low frequency. Like a top frequency, which goes, you know, straight through the whole lead, which is actually also like more like a squarey kind of sound. So you can play it around with this this lead. It's in the preset folder as well. Just reload it because I. Was it this one? I hardly use the reverbs and delays of this one because it's so nice to use it in the lead group. And this is where it actually gets, where you get the most out of this method, you know. I'm going to set it up. So top lead, reverb, nice and hard, and also compress it. So you can see what it really does, you know. Like when you play a note, the reverb is like hardly there. When you release it, it opens up. So therefore, your lead has like a lot of room for by itself. Because without, of course, you can play around with how much you compress it. And now it's like fully compressed, but I would like to give it a little bit more. So this is really nice, I think. Delay, little delay. I like to do that just on the channel because, you know, it's slightly there actually, you know. It's just filling up a little bit more room over here. Beautiful. So let's create a melody.